أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والحمد لله رب العالمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, being amicable towards people is half of faith, and being gentle and kind to them is half of life. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله مداراة الناس نصف الإيمان والرفق بهم نصف العيش. مداراة الناس نصف الإيمان والرفق بهم نصف العيش. With Islamic laws, we reach to issue number 802. One is allowed to cover oneself at the time of offering prayer with grass and the leaves of the trees, but as a recommended precaution, these should be used only when no alternative is available. As we explained before, that each person should conceal his private parts, for men I mean, when it is time for prayers. Definitely not only for prayers, even if it is not the time of prayers, it should be for every person to conceal his private parts. So if you do not have clothes, okay, which we cover ourselves, which we cover our private parts, you are going to use what? You are going to use the grass or the leaves of the trees. Because you cannot pray naked. You cannot pray naked. Issue number 803. In a state of helplessness, when one has nothing to cover one's private parts. Now, for example, this person, he is in jail, for example, la samahallah. He is very sick, in a place there is no help, all right? So he cannot have anything to cover his private parts. One may, while offering prayer, use mud to conceal one's private parts. So this is another choice that Sistani said. If you do not have the clothes, the grass, the leaves of the trees, you can use what? You can use the mud. You can use the mud to cover your private parts. Yes, that would be sufficient. Here, Sistan trying to tell you cannot pray naked or uncover the private parts. Issue number 804. If a person does not have anything with which to cover himself, no grass, no leaves, no mud, okay, but has a hope that he may get some cover, he has hope that he will have something to cover his private parts, then it is better to delay offering prayer. It is better to delay offering prayer. Do not forget that you are not at the end of the time. You are in time, and you have what? You have time. You have time. So you have to wait. You have to wait and to delay your salah till you have the cover. However, if he does not get anything, does not get any clothes to cover his private part, he should offer prayer discharging his obligation at the end bit of the time. That means he doesn't have, first of all, he doesn't have a cloth, or he doesn't have anything to cover his private part to perform his salah. So what he should do, and he has a hope that he will have what? That he will have something to cover his private part. He should delay his salah till the end of the time of the prayers to be ada. If he doesn't find clothes or anything, or if he doesn't get anything to cover his private parts at that time, so he should do his what? He should offer a prayer discharging his obligation at the end bit of the time. And if he prayed in the prime time, that means he has a hope, but in spite of that, he prayed in the prime time and his excuse did not continue till the end. His excuse does, before I continue, he should offer his prayer discharging his obligation at the end of the time. What he's going to do? He doesn't have mud, he doesn't have leaf, he doesn't have grass, so he's going to use what? He's going to use his hands. He's going to use his hands while offering his private parts. While he is offering what? His prayer. Because this is his obligatory duty. Now, and if he prayed in the prime time, and definitely he prayed in the prime time and he has a hope, but he prayed with his obligatory duty. What does that mean? That he covered his private part with his hand. Okay? And his excuse did not continue till the end. That means he found something to cover his private part. Then as an obligatory precaution, he should pray again. As an obligatory precaution, he should pray again in time. Is this understood, inshallah?
Yes.
Issue number 805. If a person who intends offering a prayer does not have anything, not even leaves, nor grass, nor mud to cover himself, and if he has no hope of acquiring, and also he does not have a hope to acquire what? To acquire a piece of cloth to cover his private part, to cover himself, okay? And if he has no hope of acquiring any of them, if there are no people looking, he should pray normally, naked and normally, with standing and bowing and posturing. Okay? Perform ruku', alaykum salam rahmatullah. Perform ruku' and sajda, etc. as usual. Why? Because nobody is there, nobody is looking at him. And if there are people watching him, then he should pray in such way that his private parts remain hidden from the view. That his private parts remain hidden from the view of the others. Like what? Like using his hands, covering with his hands, by praying while sitting, or praying while he is sitting, and performing ruku' and sajda by signs. Yes, either if there is somebody is looking at him, in this case, he is going to perform his salah from what? From sitting position. Now, how about bowing and going to sajda? By bowing and going to sajda is by using what? By using signs, moving his head or moving his eyes. His head referring to the bowing and closing his eyes referring to what? To sajda. As an obligatory precaution in salah, an unclothed person should cover his private parts. Look, in salah, the musalli, he should what? He should cover his private parts with the parts of his own body. With the parts of his own body. What does that mean? Say, while sitting with the thighs, while he's sitting with the thighs, and while standing with his hands. While standing with his hands. Yes, you have the mic, please.
Excuse me, if I have a mutanajjis thobe or usurped or from silk, usurped or from silk, natural silk, should I pray with it to cover my private parts?
We explain that in its place, but here we have person who does not have any, who does not, definitely usurped, we cannot use usurped. We cannot use usurped.
From silk,
also from silk. We cannot use it. Yes. Any other question? All right. Now we come to conditions for a dress worn during prayers. What are the conditions for the clothes of salah or the dress of the salah? Definitely it is recommended that to wear white dress, white clothes, and it is recommended that clothes should be clean and perfumed and so on. And it is not recommended that the dress, it is so narrow, just like the socks and the underwear. It shouldn't be like that. All right. Issue number 806, there are 6 conditions for the dress used in salah. 1, it should be tahir. 2, it should be mubah, permissible for him to use, not usurped. 3, it should not be made of the parts of the deceased. It shouldn't be made of the part of the deceased, just like the dead animals and so on. 4, it should not be made of the carcass whose meat is haram. Just like the lion. The lion, its meat is haram, so you cannot use its leather to make a dress to wear it in salah. 5, if a person who offers a prayer is a male, his dress must not be made of pure silk. His dress shouldn't be made of pure silk. If a person, definitely we are going to discuss these issues, inshallah. If a person who offers a prayer is a male, his dress must not be embroidered with gold. It shouldn't be embroidered with gold. Some people, they have the abba, and I think the knit of the abba, it is made of gold. With gold, no, it is not allowed. So his dress must not be embroidered with gold. The details of these will follow later. Issue number 807. The dress of a person who offers prayer should be tahir. The dress of a person who offers his salah should be tahir. Therefore, if he prays with mutanajjis body, or dress or mutanajjis dress, in normal situation, pay attention, in normal situation, his prayer would be void. This is very important issue. Some people, they pray with mutanajjis body or mutanajjis dress intentionally. That means he can make his body tahir, he can wash it up from najasa, he can make his clothes tahir, but in spite of that, he is intentionally use what his mutanajjis body or his mutanajjis dress in salah. With all sorry to say that his salah is what? Is void, not valid. Definitely in necessary situations, when it is necessary situations, it has its excuse. But with normal situation, you cannot pray with mutanajjis body or mutanajjis dress. If you did that deliberately, your salah is what? Your salah is void. Issue number 808. If a person did not care to know that salah offered with mutanajjis body or dress is void, and he prayed in that state, his prayer is void. First of all, we have general idea that if you intentionally prayed with mutanajjis salah, with mutanajjis body or mutanajjis dress, your salah is void. This is no doubt about it. Now, in this issue, what we have a person himself, that this person himself, he doesn't care about what? About the codes of Islam. He doesn't care about the rules of Islam. He doesn't pay attention of that. Okay, he is careless. And he prays or he performs his salah with what? With mutanajjis body or with mutanajjis salah. And he said, I don't, after the salah, we tell him that your salah is not valid. It is void. He said, I do not know about this. We tell him, yes, because you are careless, your salah is what? Is void. Is void. Issue number 809. If a person did not care to learn the rule that a particular thing is mutanajjis, he doesn't care. He didn't pay attention. In spite of that, maybe this issue, it is of his daily problem. This is one of his daily problem. Okay, he's facing every day, but he doesn't care about it. So he is not paying attention, not studying this issue. So if a person did not care to learn the rule that particular thing is mutanajjis, like if he does not know that the sweat of a kafir is najis, and he prayed with it, his prayer is void. It happens with some of our brothers whom they live in Bilad al-Kufr, and he has a friend, an infidel's friend. Okay? And his hand was what? His hand was wet. And he shake hands with this kafir. And this kafir is essential najasa. This kafir is essential najasa. And then he think that he is on tahara. He just performed his wudu and he went to his salah. We tell him, what's wrong with you? Your hand is mutanajjis. You just touched the essential najasa. He said, I didn't know. But this is of your daily problems. You should know it. You should study it. He said, no. Okay. If it is not, your salah is what? Your salah is void. Issue number 810. If a person was sure that his body or dress was not mutanajjis, he is sure that his body or his dress is what? Is not mutanajjis. He knows that. Look, he was sure. And came to know after salah that either of them was mutanajjis, the prayer is in order. Look, this person after the salah, definitely before the salah, he was sure that his dress was what? His dress was tahir. He was sure of that. But when he finished his salah, he looked, for example, me, I looked to my garment, at the bottom of my garment, I see what? There is some najasa. There is some blood or some feces in my garment. Okay, how about my previous salah? My previous salah is what? Is valid. Is valid. Why? Because before salah, first of all, before salah, I'm sure that my dress was what? Was tahir. And the other thing, I'm not careless about tahara and najasa. If I knew that my dress was mutanajjis, I would clean it at that time. But I didn't know. All what I'm sure, it was tahir. But luckily, after the salah, it becomes what? It becomes, it's very clear to me, it is mutanajjis. So my salah is in order. Issue number 811. If a person forgets that his body or dress is mutanajjis. Now, this person, he knows that his dress or his body was mutanajjis, but he forgot. He forgot about it. Okay? If a person forgets that his body or dress is mutanajjis and remembers it, definitely look. When he forgot that his dress or body is mutanajjis before the salah. You understand what I'm saying? Before the salah, he knows that his body or his dress was mutanajjis. But when he comes to salah, he forgot about the najasa. If he knows, definitely he will clean it. But he forgot about that. Have you got that? He forgot about this najasa. And remembers it during salah. While he is praying, in the process of salah, he remembered that his body or his dress is mutanajjis. Or after completing the salah, he remembers that his body or his dress is mutanajjis. As an obligatory precaution, he should offer the prayer again. As what? As an obligatory, not recommended. As an obligatory precaution, he should repeat his salah, he should repeat his salah. Obligatory precaution. الأحوط وجوبا. Yes. If his forgetting was due to careless, look for Sayyid Sistani, how is he accurate person. Look, if his forgetting was due to careless, if his forgetfulness about that he was careless, he should, as an obligatory precaution, repeat his salah. Okay. And if the time has lapsed, he should give its qada. And if the time of salah is lapsed, he should what? He should give qada to that salah which he performed his salah with mutanajjis body or mutanajjis dress, and he forgot the najasat due to what? Due to carelessness. If it was not due to carelessness, it is not necessary to pray again. But if he said, no, I wasn't careless. I was about to wash my body, or I was about to wash my dress or change it, but somebody came to me or an issue comes up to my mind and I forgot. Not because for carelessness, not because of carelessness. Okay.
Sorry, this in here, in this state, is qada without kafara?
No. Why kufar? It is about salah, Shaykhana, not siyam. Salah. Okay. Except when he remembers during salah, in which circumstances he will act as explained below. Now, that was if his forgetfulness or if his forgetting was not due to carelessness. Now, if it was due to carelessness, he should pray the salah again. He should pray the salah again as obligatory precaution, except when he remembers during salah, okay, in which circumstances he will act as example below. Issue number 812, let's read it. If a person has ample time at his disposal while offering prayer, and he realizes during the prayer, definitely, look, this person, he has ample time at his disposal while offering a prayer, and he realizes during the prayer that his clothes are mutanajjis. While he is in the process of the salah, he realizes that his dress is mutanajjis, and he has time. So during the prayer, that his clothes are mutanajjis, and suspects that they may have been mutanajjis before he started the prayer. And this person suspects that his dress have been mutanajjis before he started the prayer. He should wash it. Do not forget, this person, he has what? He has ample time. Or change it, take it off, provided that in so doing his salah does not become invalidated, and continue with the salah to his completion. You see, if he cannot change it during the salah, and if he change it during the salah, that will not in his salah does not become invalidated and continue with the salah to its completion. If he can do, he can change it. He can change it in salah. He can change it in salah, if he can. But if he has no other dress to cover his private parts, but if he has no other dress to cover his private parts, or washing the dress that he doesn't have time, or taking it off may invalidate his salah, he should, as obligatory precaution, repeat his salah with tahir clothes. He should repeat his salah with tahir clothes. Is this clear, inshallah? Sheikh Karrar.
Yes, I have something.
You have a question? Yes, have the mic, please.
Okay, thank you. In this issue, for example, if his clothes is mutanajjis, okay, but he take it off and pray with his t-shirt and his shorts, is it salah validated in this case?
Shaykhana, definitely his salah is valid.
With
we
shorts?
are talking, yes, his salah is valid. We are talking about the only dress which he covers his private part. Only this thing we are talking about. For example, my garment, my abaya is mutanajjis. I can take it off and to pray with my dijdasha, with my saya.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعنان.